Oh yeah, we are live. Good evening for all of us who are in Nigeria. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're listening to this from. My name is Sami Dowu. And tonight, I want to talk about something. Dating, dating, dating 101. Common sense for singles. Well, I'm not the one who's going to be talking about it today, but I have a guest. She's called Damaris, and I'll be waiting for her to join in a moment. So, thank you for joining. In case you're watching this on a replay on IGTV, on YouTube, or wherever you're watching it from, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, Damaris and I were having, informal discussion. I was just catching up with her one of the weekends, and we're talking, and then it just moved into, dating and how it seems like some people are not prepared or some people don't know how to go about it. I mean, for her, she was lamenting about, guys who maybe they impress her or were not prepared for it or something like that. So I just felt okay. So Damaris, can we do this on a live and let's see what we can learn from it. Let's see what we can learn from it. Okay, so I'm still expecting her to join. Still expecting her to join. But if you're here, please drop it on the comments. Let me know that you're here. Let me say hello to you. Yeah, Damaris is here. Damaris is here. Damaris, you're welcome. We all have been waiting for you. Karimat! My cheerleaders are coming in gradually. Karimat, welcome! Hey, Damaris, I'm trying to add you. Where are you? Welcome, Karimat. Thank you so much for joining us on this Monday night. Oh, don't worry. I've sent you a request. You can just accept and join. Don't worry, you're not too late.
Hi guys.
Hey, Damaris.
Hi, I'm sorry I am 3 minutes late. Really apologize. More like 5, but thank you for waiting.
Okay, yeah, we would wait because you are the one that's coming to tell us stuff. So if this were to be a date now, you're 3 minutes late. So should I cancel you because of that?
No, it's not. It's not that deep. It's not 10 minutes. When it's 10
Oh,
minutes, then cancellation can begin.
10 minutes? Okay, you heard it from her. So, Karima, hello, good morning, people. Karima from Canada. Karima from Canada. Okay, welcome. Don't mind Karima too. She's here with me in Nigeria. She wants to leave me and go to Canada. But we are still
Yeah.
here together. For
Well,
now.
for now. That's a good
Maybe
one.
for now. Yeah. Hey, Tabitha, thank you for joining.
That's my sister. Hi Tabitha.
Oh, I thought he was a friend of mine because I have a
No.
friend. Oh, hi Tabitha. I think I know her like this
You know how
somewhere.
online you mean.
Yeah,
Hi
yeah, yeah.
Deva. Oh wow. Many peeps are coming in. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Welcome, Damaris people. I know Damaris. You have
Hi
fans.
Karimat.
Karimot is my number one fan here, so don't worry. She's one of her is enough
To
to
make
do
things
the whole
happen.
thing.
Love it. Love it.
All right, so can we just jump right at it, right?
Yes, we can. Absolutely.
We can. Okay. So, in my preparation for this, I was trying to prepare questions, but the questions were not flowing as when we were having that conversation. So, I was gisting people before you came in earlier. I said that I was just catching up with you and
Yeah,
one
we
way
were
or the
catching up.
other,
Yeah.
we just stumbled into the fact that dating and maybe how some people are not prepared for it, and you were bashing the guys,
I
but
wasn't bashing the guys.
maybe
I was being
today
honest with the guys and the ladies too.
that's something about you. You're still being honest again about bashing them.
That's a good
All
one.
right.
That's a
Hi,
good
Pastor
one.
Femi. Thank you for joining. So, the marriage. So, where do we start from? What exactly is dating or daring or dating?
I feel
What?
like my
How's it
glasses are about
pronounced?
to come off because it's about to get real now. It's about to get
Okay.
serious.
Okay, that's fine.
But
So,
and then I feel like different people have different, sort of explanations. But dating, long story cut short, is just a stage, like a
okay.
romantic stage of the full blown relationship. So it's the stage of getting to know the person. And dating came from the Western culture, so it's basically just that period where you're getting to know someone, you're spending time. Usually, it's meant to be outdoors. Okay, so you're spending time with the person outdoors in very neutral settings and getting to know
Okay.
the person. I'm going to take my glasses off. This thing is not working for me. Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah. So that's
Let's get
what
that
dating
into
is.
it.
It's just a very fresh stage. You've just met someone. Oh, hi, how are you? Can we go on a date? And
Okay.
usually when they say let's go on a date, it's usually just, meeting up and either eating or I don't know, spending time in the garden or whatever it is people do nowadays. So yeah.
So you mean that's just the like the definition of it, or in the grand scheme of things, that's what it should be all
And in
about.
the grand scheme of things, that's what it should be. You're trying to get to know someone. It's a period they say dating for data. So you're
Mm,
trying to get to know the person. That's the whole point of the dating phase. I need to get to know you, what you like, what you don't like, what your personality is like, before I can
okay.
decide if I actually want to go into a relationship with you. So usually people call
Oh.
that also the friendship stage. That's what people
Oh,
call
are you
it.
serious? So for
Yes.
example, now if I say I'm dating, which name should I use so I don't get into trouble? I'm dating I'm dating Sarah. I'm dating
Mm.
Sarah. So what does that mean? So because if someone tells me I'm dating Sarah, what do you think comes to mind?
I think usually when you say you're dating someone, people automatically think you're in a relationship. That's the
Okay.
automatic thought. Um,
Okay.
but generally, for me, if someone tells me they're dating someone, it means they're getting to know someone with the possibility of that person going into a relationship with that person. So for me, I wouldn't take it too seriously, but I also wouldn't ignore it, if that makes any sense. So you're actively
Okay.
talking to someone, getting to know Sarah in this case. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. But then these days, I think you have to ask further question because a lot of things means a lot of things.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
So
and
so
you also
so that's where you now say, oh, are you in a relationship? Are you guys just seeing each other? Because that's another thing. That's another thing that people call seeing as well. They're seeing. There's talking. It's the talking stage that people refer to as the dating stage. And some people even say that the talking stage is not the dating stage. Some people say that the talking stage is just the talking stage. So
okay.
yeah.
Okay. So
And
but
usually,
but
when you say
then
talking, sorry, that usually means that you
okay.
haven't physically seen the person. That's usually what it usually should mean.
Okay,
Yeah.
talking is like, I mean, you've not seen the person.
Yeah, but you're just talking like on the phone or like video chat or Skype or one of whatever,
Oh,
video
okay.
calls. You may not even have seen
Okay.
the person yet, just on the
Okay.
phone. So it's not,
Okay.
there's no physical contact yet. That's talking.
Okay. So what if because I've not seen you and I feel like before I can make any decision or before I can decide that yeah, I'm interested in having anything romantic with you, I want to see you. Can we see? Does that mean I'm asking you out or I'm just saying let's hang out so I can see what you are? Does it
So I
mean
like the fact that you said what you said just now. You said date and
uh
hang out. So at that point, when you say, "Hey, I'd like to meet up with you. I'd like to see you," then as a guy, it's only natural that you should define what that is.
Okay.
Yeah. Or if the woman is smart and she's like, "Okay, yeah, let's do that." Let's say, for example, you just said what you just said to me now. I'll be like, "Oh yeah, that let's do that. Is that a hangout? Or is that a date?" People should be that honest, because the thing about this is where the issue starts. You say nothing, you have expectations, and then you go there and you're
Mm.
disappointed because they're taking you to KFC. But that's a whole different conversation altogether.
Yeah. The is okay. We are getting there. The reason why we're laughing, we both know because in our private conversation, this KFC
Oh
thing.
my gosh.
But
Oh
I
gosh.
hope we're gonna get there. So
Okay.
okay, so at times, so we need to, okay, what you're saying is at times you just need to be sure of
Mm-hmm.
what it is that the person is saying,
Yes, you need to
or
be
what
sure. So, oh, like,
or what
let's
the
meet up.
person
Great.
means.
Yeah. So, and I feel like for a woman and even for a guy as well, especially for the guy, because this is the thing about guys. Guys don't understand. I feel like guys have become too proud. It's like, oh, I'm the one asking. I'm the one this. The girl might just shock you. She might shock you that you're not really that important. Like, okay, I'm not free. Like, imagine if she says something like that. Or imagine if she's waiting on you to define it and you don't define it, that she doesn't take you seriously. Does that make sense? So I feel like
Okay.
as a guy, I wanna hang out with you. Say I wanna hang out. So she knows it's a hangout. So she knows to wear a trainer, a trouser, and a jean, not a stiletto or a freaking 6 inch, 8 inch shoe with a dress, looking all fanciful, thinking you're taking her to some fantastic restaurant, only to find out there's not more than Domino's pizza. But there we go. Yeah.
Okay,
So I
so
feel
let's get right into it. So you okay, you're familiar with the Nigerian restaurants and eatery and all that.
yes,
So if I'm asking for a hangout, does it mean there's a place I need to go? And
of course.
if I'm asking for a date, does it mean that there are other places that people who say they want to date each other are going, or people who are going for a date should go? Does it mean it's different? So if I'm saying, oh, I want to take you out on a date, and I
Mm,
take you here, does it
mm,
mean you get disappointed because you're expecting me to take you here? So please, let's clarify it. If I'm
okay.
taking you out on a date,
Mm,
where are you expecting me to take you to? And if I'm saying we're
okay.
hanging out, are you expecting something else?
Okay, so I think, like we said, hang out, and the thing about hanging out is you might decide you want to hang out with the girl or with the guy, or the lady. You might decide that you want to hang out, but you may not want to hang out by yourselves. You may want to see her like in certain situations. So let's say, for example,
Okay.
a group of your friends have decided that you guys are gonna go for a barbecue, or you guys are just gonna
Okay.
have like a little picnic, and you guys are gonna cook. So it's an opportunity to see, okay, hey, like my friends and I, we're actually planning this, and I'd like to hang out with you. Like, that's when I would like to hang out with you for the first time. Obviously, some ladies, they might not be cool with that because it's like, oh, you have a lot of friends. But some ladies might take that up and be like, oh, that's actually cool. Would you like me to get anything? Or they might not even go as far into that conversation and be like, you know what, I'll be there. And then they come, and then you get to see them in that setting, in the sense that, okay, does she bring something? Does she not bring anything? And then, okay, if you guys are playing games, how does she relate with the people around you? Is she competitive? Things like that. So you get to hang out with her on a neutral basis without too much expectation. I feel like people use hangouts to lessen expectations rather than build up expectations, if that makes any sense. Meanwhile, when you say you're going on a date, it sounds a bit more serious. It sounds a bit more like,
Okay.
okay, so this person takes me a bit more seriously. The person wants to take me out on a date. And like I was telling you, you need to ask the lady what kind of food she likes. Because God forbid you take her to locals and she's more of an international standard woman. Or you take her to international standard woman and she wants to sit down and she wants to eat eba. Or she wants to eat
Mhm.
amala. Or she wants to eat pounded jam. Or she wants to eat, you get what I mean? So it's all about asking the right questions. Okay, I'd like to take you out on a date. Is there anywhere specifically you like to go? Oh no, I don't want. Usually, I must be honest with you. If a guy should ask me, that they want to take me out, especially on a date, and they ask me where I want to
Okay.
go, I always push it back to them and I say, "Oh, no, you plan the date." Because for me, I think it's irresponsible that you talk to me and you not have a plan. But then they'll say to
Okay.
you, "Oh no, I just wanted to know
Which,
what you like to eat." So I just tell them,
sorry
you know
to
what?
cut you short.
Yeah,
What? Okay, so I want to take you out. Okay, so does it mean the onus is on the man to plan it and bring it to your doorstep, or you give him options? I mean, how is that supposed to be done?
I feel like it's different for different people, if I must be
Okay.
honest. I feel like it's different for different people. But I feel ultimately you need to have that conversation with the person. So that's why I said what I said, that for me personally, I will push
Okay.
it back to you
The
and
guy.
say, I would like you to plan the day. And I might just tell you, you know what, I'm feeling more like local food. Maybe you can look somewhere around that. Or you know what, I feel like having Chinese. Or I'm not
Do you
really
think
bothered.
do you think the ladies would be comfortable? Is a first date, and they will want to be maybe as much as possible, maybe conservative and not wanting to let the guy, like, I'm trying to take you out, and the lady, you already say, okay, I want this, I want
Yeah.
that. Don't you think they will feel, I mean, they will just lay back and not want to push themselves out too much and just let the guy do the thing?
I think the honest truth is they're different ladies. There are women that they're very, very straight to the point. They tell you this is
Okay.
where they want to go, especially if it's a restaurant that they're used to or if it's a setting they're used to. So they want to be themselves, if that makes any sense. So there's some women that
Okay.
are particular like that. And some women have allergies. And this is the reason why men must ask. Not
Hmm.
everybody is a prawn fan, for example. Some people are
Okay.
allergic to prawns. Some people are allergic to lobsters. So imagine you now take the person out only to find out that they can't eat where you've taken them to. So that's
Wow.
where I would advise a guy to ask. Do you get what I mean? And some ladies,
Yeah.
they're not good with. So, for example, you might say, you know what, I just want to take her for shawarma and milkshake, for example. And
Okay.
she's not really interested in that because maybe she has allergies to milk. I mean, I'm just giving
Okay.
that as a general example because people don't think about that. People don't think that, oh, the
Hmm.
person I might be with might actually be allergic to something. So I feel that,
Okay.
that there's that. And I think from a woman's perspective, it's good to push it back to the guy because it helps the guy it helps the guy choose within the means of what they've planned for. I feel like when it comes to a date, you need to plan for it as a guy. You shouldn't just wake up
Okay.
and be like, I want to take you out. Take you out just to stop by the roadside to
So
buy something.
so when you
It's
say
completely
plan, what
different
does
from a
that
date.
mean? What does that mean? Plan how?
Okay, so for me, I feel like if a guy
Is
wants
it
to
a
take a lady
wedding?
out,
Am I inviting
oh my god.
guitarist, or what
No,
am
you're
I
not
planning?
inviting.
Are
You're
we
not
doing
inviting. Oh,
decoration? Are we inviting guest artists or something? Why am I
oh my
planning?
gosh. No, it's not
Restaurants
like.
are, they are there every day open to
Oh my
receive
god.
us. We just swipe the card, savings or current.
Oh my gosh.
So what do you mean by planning?
Okay, so when I say plan, I'm not necessarily saying that you should do something like outrageous. What I'm saying is, as a guy, you want to take a lady out, it only makes sense for you to be organized, to know where you're going. So that's where the
Okay.
conversation needs to happen. Okay, she's pushed it to me. She wants something local, and you should ask her international. You make your decision. What am I going to wear? As a guy, what am I going to wear? I know that especially guys that are very conscious about how they look, that's natural. So what am I going to wear? What's my mode of transportation? Am I going to pick her
Okay.
up? Is she going to meet me there? These are things
Okay.
that naturally it will come out as a conversation, but as a guy, you're supposed to take note of it because at the end of the day, it would be so unfortunate if she's expecting you to pick her up and you're waiting for her at the venue. But there you go.
So so you mean this should be planned,
Absolutely, it
and
should be
we
planned.
need to have that discussion.
Yes, you should have
I'm
that
picking you
conversation.
up. You're meeting
Yes,
me
I'm picking you up
there.
at 6.
I'm
I'm
sending
paying you.
an
I mean
Uber.
you. Yeah. Or will you just meet me there? Yeah. You need to know. You need to know that the date is actually coming. You need to know if the date is
Okay.
coming. And also, as well as the guy, as well, I mean, for me as a lady, I would plan things to the letter. I would know the dress I'm wearing. I would know the shoe I'm wearing. I would know the kind of perfume I'm using for that day. I mean, I would go that deep, even to jewelry, because I'm a jewelry person. So I don't joke. So I have to make sure that everything works together. I think a guy should do that. And,
What if I know a special place based
mhm,
on recommendation, based on people's testimonial? They say
yeah.
it's the place is perfect, and the lady
Hmm.
keeps asking, "Where are we going? Where are we going?" I'm like, "It's a surprise. Should first dates be surprise?"
No, a first date should not be a surprise. Absolutely not.
Okay,
Absolutely not. A
it should
first
not
date
be.
should not be a surprise.
Okay, so I
It
should
can
know where
only
I'm
be a
going.
surprise if you've been friends with the person for ages, so you kind of already know
Okay,
what they like, and then you want to
okay,
make them a surprise. Or maybe they were having a conversation with you, and they decided to take you to that place that you mentioned. Like I remember,
okay,
I was having a conversation with someone, and he took me out on a date as a surprise. This was a while ago to the place. I had never seen the place in Abuja, and he took me there. There we go. So, I mean, but
that's a
so you have to
surprise.
have had exactly so, and it was a surprise for me because I wasn't expecting it, and but it was like Jigga. It wasn't like I don't know, like it wasn't like Radisson Blue with I don't know. Yeah, so I'm hoping you get what I mean. But basically, long story cut short, it really
Uh,
I feel like you need to know what you're doing on the day. You also need to know what kind of questions you're gonna ask, because God forbid you be asking them about their genotype on the first day. So what kind of conversations are we gonna have? Okay, it can be free
so
flow, of
Damaris,
course.
Damaris, we mentioned this. We mentioned this.
We
I am
mentioned this.
planning for a big date. I'm
Okay.
planning. I'm going all the way out. I want to make my impression known. I want to tell you that you're special. I want to tell you that you're important. So I'm not taking you to just anywhere.
Oh
I'm going
my
to be
God.
spending money, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be spending money, and and you are saying I should not ask your genotype. Maybe because you are AA. I am AS. So
Mm.
let's talk from the perspective of that. I'm AS and I want to spend all that. I need to know. Or when are you saying we should bring up that topic?
I
When?
feel like I
Second
feel
date,
like
third date?
even if you're gonna
After
bring
I've
it up,
spent,
I feel like even if you're gonna bring it up as a first date question,
yeah,
it can be the
yeah.
first 10 questions you ask.
Oh, how many questions am I even asking? We are there
Asking,
to
but
eat.
what I mean is, you must be able to get to that point where that person is completely comfortable with you, where
Okay.
you've gotten to that point where you guys are gisting. You're not on a gisting point where if you slot in that question, the person will not be taken aback and disappear.
Well,
Which
a friend of mine gave me how to ask
invest
that
with care.
question.
Yes, God's will. Come on.
Invest with care. Oh, okay. Thank you. Let's appreciate
Exactly.
everybody who has joined us. God's will. Adegbero Aziz God's will again. Colum Esther Abi Eshar. I don't know what that is. Maurice
Follow me, I think.
Makafu.
Yeah.
Stick to K. Desire. I mean, quite a lot of
People.
people there. Thank you so much for joining. And if you are catching it on a replay, thank you also for joining. So
Thank
what was I
you.
saying? I said a friend of mine said that you just ask. Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
Demi Oladipo, for joining. You asked, how often do you treat malaria? Looks like there's a correlation between malaria and genotype. So if you ask how often they treat malaria, they might not catch it.
I feel like that's just dumb. I'm sorry. If you're
Really? Are
asking
you
me that, I'll
serious?
be like, how often do I choose malaria?
Yeah.
Every other week, every other month. I mean, I just feel like
Why?
the reason why it's a bit weird is because if you ask, they say, how often do you treat malaria? You're making it sound like the person is a sick person.
No, it might not. It's not the first question. You might actually maybe ask few questions that might lead to that. Maybe you were talking about how stressed you are the last time. Well, I hope it's not mosquito. I hope it's not stress. How often do you treat malaria? And then you get your answer and you go on.
Honestly speaking, any guy that asks me that, you have failed. You
Well,
have failed. I
maybe
would
because you
rather
are
you just
a
be
is a
honest and no,
dilemma.
no, no. I would rather you just be honest and say to me, I would really
Okay.
like to know your genotype because I would even like a guy to even ask before the date. Like, oh, I would really like to know your genotype because I am SS and obviously because I am SS it's important to me that I know this, or I'm AS and because I'm AS it's really important to me that I know this. So you can bring it up as a slightly serious conversation but not too serious, but slightly serious in
Well,
the sense that the person
another
understands.
dilemma to me, another
Mm,
dilemma to me regarding that is that
yeah.
um maybe as a guy I'm AS, and this
Mm-hmm.
lady, she's not even thinking anything romantic about me.
Okay.
And in fact, that day she saw it as an hangout. Maybe in my mind, I saw it as a date,
Oh
and
my
she's just
gosh.
like, let me just go with the flow. Let me see what this guy is, talking about.
All about.
And then I'm not asking that question. And anybody that asks that question means that the person has gone far, thinking about marriage, thinking about having kids, so that they don't get affected by it. And don't you think that can even piss the lady off? Like, I was
It
not
really can.
interested
It's
in
one of those
you.
things where you just need the help of the Holy Spirit. Which I just want to say, when was the last time anyone prayed before they actually went on a
On
date?
a date. Okay,
Because the thing is,
wow.
nobody's really thinking about prayer, innit? Because it's like it's something we're used to. It's something we do every day. So what we're praying for. But the truth about it
Okay.
is that as a guy, you actually need to pray because you need to be
Okay.
able to ask the right questions. You need to be able to also present the right answers. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with
So
you.
all those things are so important. I just want
Mm-hmm.
to read. I just want to read what God's will said because He was it's, if it is established between two people, and there's valid and valuable investment to be made. Deep questions like this becoming exactly. So I feel like if deep if deep questions are important and expected, then that's why you need to define if it's a hangout or a date. Because if it's a
Okay.
date, then as a young lady, I would know that I'm expected to get some personal questions about myself. Because that's
Okay.
actually what it's going to be about. Hey, what's your favorite color? That's a personal question to me. Or what do you like to
Okay.
eat? Okay, where do you work? What do you do? Those things are personal.
So
I know a
so
lot of
let's
people
move
do
on
it.
to what do you think first
Mm.
date questions should be? And then we now move to what are first date red flags, or what questions should you not ask on a first date?
Okay, so first the questions. Seriously, for me, yeah, with first the questions, I feel like it should be so generic. Like,
Okay.
ask them the most silly things and the most useful things. So you can ask them stuff like, do you like to read? That is so random.
Okay.
So random. Are you into books? Are you into films? Are you into sports? Oh,
Okay.
do you watch sports? So ask them like general basic things because I feel like that's an opportunity to see if you guys have anything in common. So if you're asking
Mm-hmm.
questions with that in mind, that really helps. What's your favorite color? You like white? Oh my God, I don't like white. I'm not a white person. Why do you like white? What is it about white that makes you like it? And then you start to ask questions that are
Follow
beyond
up
the
question.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and so those type of questions like, what are you, how many siblings do you have? Are you the only child? Are you the first child? Things like that. Oh, yeah, Igbo, I'm Yoruba. What does that mean for us? What does that, okay, what's like your favorite soup? What's like the one thing in your tradition you like, the one thing in your tradition you don't like? And that's really important for people to ask, what's the thing that you like in the tradition and thing that you don't like? Because that thing that they don't like, yeah, you need to be aware of it because if that thing they don't like is, for example, when people die, a woman has to cut her hair and things like that, you need to kind of know what you're going in
Isn't
for.
that
So,
deep? Isn't that deep on the first date?
not deep. That's basic. That's
Okay.
really basic. No, but I
Okay.
mean, I'm just saying, like, you can ask, I'm just saying, like, you can say, for example, if they say, if you're not of the same if you're not, I feel like that's basic though. Like you can ask about tradition. What do you think about tradition? Those things are not, I feel like that's very basic. It is when you start asking about tradition in regards to wedding and marriage that becomes deep. Do you get what I
Okay.
mean? But
Okay.
when the
Okay.
question is just generic about tradition, yeah. Okay, where did you school? What do you like to eat? Okay, are you working? Are you not working? What are your thoughts on entrepreneurship? What are your thoughts? Do you get what I mean? What are your thoughts on business? Are
Someone,
you a 9 to 5 or are you a business kind of person?
or are you a remote work person, or you just have to
Exactly,
be
because
there?
that's where you find that this person is not 9 to 5. They don't like to wake up early, but when they wake up at 12 o'clock, they get things done. So it
Yeah.
depends on the person, and those things help you to know who you're dealing with, and helps you to know, can I be with someone like that? And then you can ask them things like, are you into shopping? Just basic generic like questions. There's so many questions that can be asked. Oh, Big
Mm.
Brother, are you into that? Did you watch it? What are your thoughts about it in general? Do you think
Mm-hmm.
it's really good? Do you think that, oh, it's amazing? What are your thoughts about that? Church? What church do you go to? Are you working your church? Do you really believe in church? Things like that. Oh, I like church.
Mm.
I go there once a month. I go there twice a year. You get to know them and you get to understand their mindset as you ask these
Okay.
questions. But I feel like a lot of times what people do is, when was the last time you were in a relationship? That's the kind of questions they ask on the first date. Or why did it not work out on the first date? Or
I
why
want to
did
know
this?
where I'll belong
When was
in
your last
all of
relationship?
this.
People go deep. People go real deep and ask questions like, have you aborted before? Do you have a child? Yes. People go that deep. And I
On
feel
the
like when it
first
comes
date.
to,
Okay.
yes, people go that deep on the first date. People go deep on the first date because that's where
Maybe
the
maybe
line of
there's
questions are.
maybe all the investment is on that first date,
But they
so
see
they
exactly,
want
but
to
the thing is,
get everything
so that's
out.
good, which brings me to that part of when people have a first date, I feel like they don't have the second, third, fourth, and fifth date in mind. You should ask generic questions because the idea is that as you go on dates, you're to build up. So if you're asking very generic questions, you can pick it up from the next time. Remember how you told me that red is your favorite color? I saw you wearing red, and red gives me makes me feel some type of way about blah 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 blah. What do you think? In fact, do you know what? So I met a woman who told me she doesn't like spaghetti because spaghettis look like worms. Okay. And they were just like that basic general conversations. And then the next time I met her, I was like, why did you think that? You kind of creeped me out with it a little bit. And there's something to talk about even more.
Mm,
So I just feel like it gets deeper for me personally as you spend more time with the person. Because what happens is people now try to get deep on the first date, on the first conversation, and then because they feel like they know you so much, then they forget the basic things. Like for
mm,
example, now you might find out, okay, good. First date things is a question you might ask is, what's that one thing you know that you do that most people may not do? And you might find that the person likes to wash their hands 5 times a day. Do you get what I mean? Like
yeah.
generic basic questions that informs you about the person, not just
Mm.
about when they were in a relationship last and why didn't it work out.
God's will is saying there is deep and there is straight up intrusive.
Exactly, exactly. And the question is, which one are you doing? Do you get what I mean? Are you being deep?
Mm,
I mean, for me, intrusive is asking the person about their financial details on the first date,
all
asking them
right.
if, their salary, asking them, for example, with people like myself personally, when people hear the way I talk, one of the things that they wanna know is if, I'm fully Nigerian or not fully Nigerian. I just feel like that's too deep for a first date. I'm really sorry. You can tell me, oh my God, you have a beautiful accent. I love it. Great. Thank you so much. And then the next time you see me, this accent is really, really pretty. Where does it come from? I most likely will tell you that. Then the next time you
All right.
speak to me and it builds up like that. Now, oh, so, so you're American. So you were born in the Americans. So, so how long have you lived there for? How many years? Oh, 25 years. Wow. So you're American citizen. So I can travel abroad with you. My life is set. You're the one that's going to take me abroad. Finally. I found my way out of this country. That's when it's bad. That's when it's bad.
Oh, so what do you say about preparation for first dates? Do people prepare well in terms of dressing, in terms of what else?
I feel
Do
like we
people
have two
prepare well?
categories of people. The I
Okay,
don't care people and the I do care people. The I don't care
okay.
people don't think about anything. They just dress anyhow and they come. They don't really care. You can tell they've not thought this through. Their trouser is green, their shirt is red, their shoes blue. It's just
S- So now you're talking about the colors. Is there specific colors you
no,
shouldn't
I'm not saying
wear
that there's specific
something?
colors. Wear what works for you. But I'm just saying that some people the color blocking blocks the entire it blocks everything. It even blocks your thought process.
Where's that coming from? Blocks your thought process. Thought process.
I just be honest. I just be honest. Like it blocks the whole damn thing.
What are some of the worst date experience you've had? Ah,
Oh
my
my
younger sister
gosh.
just joined. Tofu, welcome. Oops.
Okay, so
Worst dating experience?
we could talk about
Or
this
not
one.
so good. Or not so
This one
good.
was even
Maybe
like a
not worst.
hangout, sort of. So this guy asked me to okay, so this guy had asked me to go somewhere. So it wasn't really a date, but I just said let's hang out. And I told him we're going for like a singles conference thing. And it
Okay.
was more like a dinner, he should dress up. My brother, I can't even begin to tell you what happened at this meetup. So we were traveling to another city. We were actually traveling to Leicester, and I was in Birmingham at the time. And it was crazy because what happened was, as soon as I came down from the house to get into this guy's car, as soon as he got out of the car to open the door, I noticed that he was not dressed for the occasion. And I said to him, "Are you gonna change?" This guy was wearing clothing that you wear when you want to go to the gym. I said to him that this event is a suit and tie. My male friends were waiting to see this guy that, was talking
That
to me.
you're bringing.
My God, my actual Holy Ghost. I'm not even joking. My friends who were there, hi, Richard. My friends who were there, ah, I was so disappointed. And then when I got into his car, it was smelling weird. I was just like, is this the same person that took me out or is this a different person? Because you're taking me out before. So I was just like, is this the same person? Because this ain't working.
Mm.
We got there to this thing. Everybody was dressed. Even I was dressed. So my male friends who were there were like, where's the guy? Where's the guy? I
Okay.
was like, I'm
So
the
in
guy. And they were like, what? What? It was just what for me. Everybody was just what? And at the end of the day, yes, as you can only but imagine, that went bad. So, I mean, the day the hangout, wherever it was, it didn't go well. And I had gone on a date where it was so clear that the person hadn't really, like, I feel like you should take a shower, like, smell nice, have some, gum, like, smell good. Don't say hello and then Hosea is coming out of your entire. Oh my God. You got me saying things I wasn't planning to say. See, I've always said it that odor or Uda, whatever people like to call it, is part of life. Okay, everybody's got it. It's part of life. But what you can help the date do to feel relaxed is when you have taken care of your hygiene, so that they're not concentrating more on your hygiene than what you actually have to say, if that
say,
makes any sense. And so
mm.
those are some of the things that I personally have experienced. That's just like God. I don't think this is definitely the beginning and the end. And then another
All
thing
right.
as well, sorry, is when I've gotten a
Okay.
date and I'm going on the date, and then the person tells me that they forgot their wallet. What does that mean? What do you mean by you forgot your wallet?
Wow.
What does forget your wallet is? This is why women, as you step out on a date, make sure you have your own money in case you need to bounce. Okay.
The way
Women
you
are
said
going
it,
through a lot though. Richard said, thank God it's not me you're talking about. Me and you, we've never gone on a date, Richard. So let's not even go there. But yeah, so it's just
what
like,
does I forgot my wallet means?
you get what I mean? What does I forgot my wallet mean? What does, oh, I left it? You left what? It's like saying you left your fingers. I'm confused. So,
So it's
oh
looking like you
God.
guys are gonna wash the plate together if you're not prepared, right?
Let me tell you about this date that my brother keeps teasing me about. Oh God, guys. This is the reason why I'm saying, as a
Okay.
woman, as a woman, I would just genuinely want to know where you're taking me to, so that I know I have
Okay.
enough for where you're taking me to. And some women ask for that reason. So this guy had
Hmm.
asked me out on a date. Oh my lord.
Hmm.
And he told me to pick a place. I told him to pick a place, but he was like, no, he wants me to pick a place. So I picked a place. And I picked the Metro Cafe, which is a very decent, lovely, lovely ambience, beautiful. Like, you eat much
Is that in
for
Nigeria and the UK?
no. This is in Nigeria. Like, the money and
Okay.
the food you get works. I mean, the Chapman is in a jug, and you're just happy. Like, it's one of those ones where it's worth your money, if you get what I mean. And you don't need
Alright.
to buy so much because you can share within what you've been given, if that makes any sense.
Alright.
So, unfortunately, I was late for a few minutes, which is not a good precedent. Stop being late, guys. That's one of the red flags of not taking the date seriously, where you're ridiculously late. Like 1 hour late, the woman is waiting for you, the man is waiting for you. What do you think? Do you
Okay.
think you're President Buhari?
I
You don't
love the
deserve to be
part. The
waiting.
man is waiting, the lady is waiting.
Yes, it's true, because sometimes the
Because at
man is
times we
waiting
wait
for the lady.
too.
Yeah, the man is waiting, and the man is waiting for an hour, and you're leaving him down. Like, are you joking? And you haven't, and he's trying to get through to you, and you're not even responding. Okay, you're back.
Sorry. Are you back? Are you there?
Yeah, to know what is
Okay, I'm
happening,
back.
to know what's going on. Someone is calling me, and I'm really trying to not pick up that call.
Same thing here.
Yeah. So, okay, back. Sorry about that. So basically,
Okay.
I got to Metro Cafe, and this guy had gone inside. This is the most embarrassing thing, by the way, that's ever happened to me. So he's outside of the Metro Cafe. He's sitting at the chairs outside, and he goes. And I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm late." And I explained what had happened and why I was late. And he said, "Okay." And I said, "Oh, I'll be going inside. Or do you want to stay here?" And I was like, "I don't mind. Anywhere is fine." And then and then I got the menu, and then he kept saying, "Oh, that he doesn't like this, doesn't like that. This place is this." He wasn't saying that it was expensive. He was just saying that all the food on the menu was bad. I was just like, there's no more. I'm like, there's no more. If you want jollof, if you want white rice, you can see there. He was complaining till he now got to the point where he said he can't afford it. He now actually
Wow.
said he can't afford it. So obviously, this is me feeling bad. Like, I chose the place. You said okay. This is the reason why, guys, if a lady tells you about a place, tell her, oh, I don't know this place. I'm going to check it out, and I'm going to get back to you. That's what you should do. Stop trying to prove that you have money that you don't. I'm sorry. It's okay not to have enough. But what is bad is when you say you have a lot. Okay, and then you end up being a disappointment, and then you're looking, and then you
Mm.
instead of saying that you're a security guard, you're saying that you're
Chief
inspector
security
of
officer.
police, or you're or you're an SSS. You're an SSS to the gate. See, let's not even go there. Let's not even go there.
I
Okay.
am hard man energies. In most cases, men gotta wait. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
we
in
give
most
it to
cases,
them.
guys. Yes,
That
guys
day,
have to
that
wait.
day, we are so like expectant.
You,
Even the waiting will be like, no, 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 no.
no, it's okay.
Lateness.
I'm
We can
awake.
even form
Wait
a
with
quote from
sense.
lateness.
Wait with
Lateness are
sense,
for the
though.
heroes.
Yeah, wait with sense though. Wait with sense. I don't know if who
Yeah.
told me that they waited for a lady for 2 hours. Bruv. Wait with sense. Wait with
Well, so
sense.
so are you saying I should leave? That's
I'm saying that if you're
disrespect.
waiting for 2 hours, you need to know why you're waiting for that long. Is it a life
Okay.
and death situation, or are you just being kept? Because the thing is, at some point, the people in there will be looking at you like, what's wrong with you? If that makes any sense. Anyway,
Okay, that takes me to this question. So I'm there 1 hour, 1.5. Should I order my food? I'm hungry. I'm about to die.
die of what?
I'm about to die.
My
Like
brother, order
I
a
didn't eat
drink.
all day so I could come enjoy. And then 1 hour, my tummy is saying, you would die today, order something.
Okay, what I would say is if you're feeling hungry, actually, because that's a very good question, you can order small chops, you can order the finger foods, but don't
Would
order
would you would
anything
you
big.
be would you be disappointed
I
or
wouldn't
like,
be if I've kept you waiting for more than an hour
okay,
or an hour
okay,
and above. You should have
okay,
finger foods. You should. It is when you've eaten and the entire plate is gone. So I'm like, okay, so what we so just gonna be looking at my mouth while I'm eating. Like let's let's
okay.
let's let's be guided. Okay.
I think most
So
times I just order water
I think you can order like finger foods if there is something light. Just to keep body, soul, and spirit together. You get what I mean?
together.
Yeah, it can just
In
be
fact,
chicken
it's
or it could
probably
be like
it
samosas.
probably it probably going to suppress the anger too, because a
Yeah,
hungry man and an angry man
it's not a good
together.
mix at all. Yes, so exactly. You took the words right out of my
So I
mouth.
have, I have this question. I want
Yeah.
her, right? I want this lady, but it seems like she's in another economic class than I am. Okay, and all I could afford. Let's go back to all I could afford is KFC. But she wants to go to Radisson Blue, or I feel that's because maybe I've watched the status, watched her Instagram stories. Based on
Mhm.
track record, this is where she belongs. But
Okay.
I think I can't afford it. Do you
Mm.
think I should maybe put it together 3 months, knowing fully well that I'm planning? You said we should plan, right?
Of course.
Should I
But
should
like
I
you said, it's
plan
not
for
a
Radisson
wedding.
Blue? Should
Yeah.
I plan for Radisson Blue that I can
Mm.
afford in 3 months' time?
Mm.
Or I should go to KFC and see if this lady is ready to ride with me?
This is what we call question of destiny with the real T in there. Okay. So this is complicated and this is also I feel like I can relate with this a lot because for
Guys,
some
sorry, guys watching, if you have contribution or
yeah.
question, please you can drop it. We'll find time. I think we have 10 minutes to go, the marriage.
Oh my
10
gosh.
minutes. So you can just drop it. We will read it just before we wrap it up. So Damaris, maybe that's the last question. Let's do this.
Okay, so to answer your question, I'll say it this way. I've been in this type of situation before, so I know exactly what you're talking about. I personally find it ridiculous, okay, when and when I say I've set myself in this situation is because by the grace of God and not by any sort of boasting or anything, I think I do take care of myself well. I like to, eat well. I like to eat good food, and people will probably see me as a higher class. My brother, my sister, we're all moving the way God is moving us, especially in the Buhari administration. So there's nothing like richness to me, because even the rich are still not rich. I'm sorry. Anyway, moving forward. So I feel like as a guy, you are of a certain level, and you like a woman that is of a certain level, you need to ask yourself some very important questions. Are you willing to level up? Is she willing to level down? That's the
Okay.
question we need to ask. If she's not willing to level down, are you willing to level up? And the truth about it is that for me personally, I would advise that a guy levels up. Because the thing about the leveling down is if she levels down, she's gonna taunt you. That's number one. And number two, if
Okay.
she levels down, then when if she levels down, it might be a situation whereby you both never level up ever again. So there always
All
has to be
right.
someone who's constantly pushing you to be better than what you are. So if you find a woman that is at a certain level, you should actually be trying to rise to the occasion, not even just because of her, but because you yourself as a guy, you want to be
Mm.
better. So that's the first thing. Now, you need to do two things. You either need to go and take her to the Radisson Blue and be ready to do what it takes to get her there, number one, or you find a middle ground. Radisson Blue doesn't work. The place works, or
Okay.
I don't know, or Metro Cafe works, or Anne's Restaurant works. I'm talking about restaurants
Ocean basket.
in Abuja. Yeah, just like affordable restaurants that are still nice, but Lagos Bistro, I don't know. So those things you need to say, okay, I can't meet her at the top and I can't take it down, so I need to meet her at the middle, and that only makes
Middle.
sense. So I would say
Okay.
that if you can't, I would not advise you to take someone like that to KFC. I'm really sorry because you've killed your chances. But put them somewhere in the middle, because what will happen is you will find that their middle might just be the middle for them. Your middle might be somewhere that they just casually go. So they may be able to
Okay.
take that in. Then take them somewhere that, it's not really for them. And I think you need to know who that person really is. Then the other thing
Okay.
is what is some ladies, they're happy to go anywhere. They genuinely are happy to go anywhere. This is why you need to know the person. And this is why you need
All
to be
right.
honest with the person. And the thing is, oh, the woman is not blind, so she can see that this is probably what you can afford. And some women are happy to go on with people like that. But there are some
Mm.
women who would never date what they call a poor guy. If he's not earning 350,000 naira and above or whatever, they can't date you. I don't know. I'm really sorry they've missed your way.
Mm.
So that's what I wanted to say about it. And please, while you're trying to do that, don't look down yourself. Personally, I find it really ridiculous, and I genuinely do not take men like that seriously. And I tend to avoid the men like that say to me, "Oh, I can't take care of you. Than, you're much more than this, and everything." And the thing is, what makes you think that you even need to take her anywhere? You can just cook
Mm.
something really nice in your house and invite her over. It really doesn't need to be that deep. And
Oh,
I
really?
agree with
First date?
Ladman.
First
Yeah, on the
date?
first day. Yeah, you can. You can on the first day.
The
If she's
marriage, what are you
comfortable.
talking about?
If she's comfortable with you, I'm talking about if you're
Okay.
friends. But if you're not friends and you've never really met, then you should be meeting outwards. Because the thing is, you don't want to bring someone to your house and you find out that she's crazy. And she herself, she
Mm.
doesn't know what she's going to be looking for in your house. Because the thing about first dates in houses is that the tricky thing is the woman might think that you're calling her to have sex with her. And so that's where the
Mm.
problem lies. But I just think as a
Okay.
guy, man up to the occasion, tell her what you can afford and do just that. If what you can afford genuinely is KFC, tell her it's KFC with your full chest. Take her there and have a good time. Honestly, I know that I said before that I wouldn't want someone to take me to KFC on the first date, but the truth is, if that's what you can afford, I would rather you do what you can afford than not do what you can afford, because then it will be up to me to say, you know what, this is what he can afford. He's a really good guy, but he's just not my type. Or you know what, this is what he can afford. He's a really good guy. I think I want to get to know him. So the worst that comes to worst is that the person's not interested.
Mm. Amazing, amazing. Let's read the comments together from your
Okay.
end. What are you saying?
Let's go ask the question. He said, if you need
God
three
feels
months
to plan a day. Yeah, continue, please.
If you need 3 months to plan a date, how long would you need to plan for the date? Or guess what? Marriage. Okay, I think that question is for you because you're the one that said 3 months, didn't it? You don't need 3 months to plan a date, guys. A week is even too much to plan a date, but a week is ideal. Do you get what I mean?
Maybe he's planning with the money. He's planning. He's
He's
putting the
planning the
money
month.
together.
He's planning 3 months for the money. Wow. But honestly
What
speaking, I
else
feel
is
like
here?
okay. Someone said be creative. It must not be
It must
food,
not be
food,
food,
food.
food, food.
So
Nah.
where do you suggest? I mean, I agree with that, but I agree with that only to a certain level. I agree with that in the sense that if you're going to do something outside of food, it's got to be quite engaging, especially if you end up with someone or if you're with someone who gets easily if you're with someone that easily gets bored, then you have to do more activity based stuff. So, for example, now you can decide that you want to go bowling, which you probably still have to eat afterwards, or at least have a drink because you'd have expended energy. But let's just say, for example, you take a bowling first date. That's no pressure. 3,000, you're wearing your shoes, you're being competitive, you're seeing everything and all of that jazz. The question then is, as you're having that, as you're doing the bowling, are you able to have conversation? You might decide, what, your first date is to take a walk. Okay, does she know she's gonna take a walk? Things like that. Okay, you guys are gonna sit down in the garden or whatever and have a conversation. You can do all those things, but what I'm saying is it's got to be engaging. If it's not
Okay.
engaging, you're gonna lose a woman. And if you know you're not taking her on a date for food, then make sure she's eating and make sure you've eaten before you step out. Do you get what I mean?
Okay.
Sure, it doesn't have to be a date, but I think the food date is just safe. And besides, you get to see the mannerisms with food, which is a plus because unfortunately some people they're just not great with that. So
All right. Those for me said that if you need 3 months to plan a date, then you're not ready to be in a relationship.
exactly. That's why I was thinking to you when you said 3 months. I'm thinking 3 months. That's enough. That's the amount of time some people used to plan their wedding. That's too deep. And remember, like I said, the first date should be as chilled as possible, but as nice as possible. Because guess what? If you do end up having a fantastic date, the thing I would expect. Oh yeah, we then got to the end of that conversation where we said, okay, when you finish the date, what happens next?
Uh-huh.
If you are willing and obedient, I'm just joking. If you're willing and if it's not out of your way, you can actually make sure that the lady gets home safe. You can actually go
Okay.
with her to her street or to the front of her door and make sure that you've handed her back to where she's used to. And at that point, it should just be, hey, I had a really great time, had a really great date. I would love to see you again, which makes her know that you're going to have another date. And you can decide to plan that date on the spot, right there and there. Give her the place, give her the time and what you want to do. Or you can say, you know what, I would like us to definitely meet again. Let's have a conversation about it later on this week to know where it is. And as a guy, you're to follow up. If you're waiting on her to call you first, to say, okay, you said we should meet up on a date when, you won't catch me doing that. And for me, if you don't end up fulfilling that promise, then I can't take you seriously. So I feel like she should know that. Then if you say, oh, you know what, thanks, it was a wonderful day, I had a really great time. Great. If you say that and you walk away, for me, I already assume in my mind that we're not meeting again. You're just indirectly, politely telling me it was wonderful getting to know you. Goodbye. And so I would not have an
Is
idea in
it?
my head that I have another
It
date
was
with you.
wonderful knowing you. Is that a good place to plant a kiss and say it
No, because if you say it was wonderful knowing you,
was nice.
it's more like
It
a good
was
place to walk away. If a guy tells me it was wonderful to know me, it sounds like a wrap. It sounds like the end of the getting to know. And no kissing on the first date. If
okay.
you didn't take anything from tonight, take
What if
this.
the feeling is mutual?
Don't kiss. Don't kiss on the first date, guys. I promise you. You'll be so grateful you didn't. Because the thing about it is, that's what we're talking about. If the conversation is meant to be basic, then why in the world do you think that you need to be kissing someone else? This is an exchange of lip. tongue, saliva, breath, everything on the first date. I'm sorry. You, as far as I'm personally concerned for myself, we haven't both seen enough to say, you know what, we're ready to take it to that point where we can kiss on the first date. No, guys, don't do it. That's too intimate. So if you kiss on the first date, what's gonna happen on the second? And what's gonna happen on the third? And that's what I'm saying, that most people, they tend not to think about the next dates. At the very most, a hug, and it should even be very light. Give her the quick hug and go.
Guys, you heard it from Damaris. We've been talking for almost 1 hour. When
How
you're
many dates
hugging,
should
let
you
it
go
be a
on before
light hug.
kissing? So Topher asked
It
me how many
depends
dates
on
should you
you.
go on. It depends on you, but I just genuinely feel like you shouldn't do that on the first date. I really, and also the question is, do you even want to kiss? That's a whole different conversation altogether.
And depend on your faith. You know where we come from. You shouldn't even have
Some
it.
people they kiss on the first date, man. They legit kiss on the
Someone said
first date.
handshake. A handshake will be so awkward. Like,
It's
why?
not a
Is it a
meeting.
business meeting?
Exactly. It's not a business meeting.
All right, all right, all right. Damaris, any last words?
Okay,
Because they're
last
going to kick
last
us
words
out.
is thank you so much for having me on. Guys, we need to be more educated on these things. And when we get educated, please take it on board. I assume that some things work for some people that I've said tonight and some things will not. At the end of the day, be true to yourself. But also remember that you have someone up there in heaven who you're accountable to. So if you like, go and kiss on the first date and then end up on the bed, you're on your own. If you kiss and you're okay, I'm just joking. But long story short, guys, we can still have good dating relationships. It is possible to meet someone, and there's still so much to talk about. For example, now if I'm going on a date with Sarah, like Sam said, can I go on a date with Sarah, with Toju, with Chama, with Chukuka, all at the same time? Or am I to focus on one person? That's a whole other conversation altogether, guys. So thank you so much.
Maybe it's going to be serious, but then let's drink water on this one first. Maybe Damaris will give us another time. It's been nice talking to you.
It's been
I
lovely
mean,
talking to you as well.
th-
Thank you so much.
thank you so much. And you mentioned earlier that information is key. When I'm going for a date, you see me going on YouTube and
Mm-hmm.
Google to
Come
ask
on.
some things, and
Come
even
on.
my dining etiquette that I know, I still go try to update. Is there something new? Okay, maybe at this restaurant this is what they provide, but this is a bigger one. They might provide
Mm-hmm.
this. How am I supposed to use
Mm-hmm.
it? You understand? So I mean, Google is your friend, YouTube is your
Your
friend.
friends, yeah.
uh,
Your friends are your friends if they're good friends. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. All
Mm.
right. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you,
Thank
everyone
you
who
so
has joined.
much.
Hi, Manuel Walisa. Thank you for joining, brother. Yeah, the replay is gonna be there, and we're probably gonna put it on YouTube so
Okay.
that,
You
yeah,
guys can watch and be happy.
yeah. Thank you so much,
Oh my gosh.
Damaris.
Thank you
Enjoy
so
your
much, Sam.
stay over there.
All right.
Yeah,
Take care.
yeah. Bye,
Bye.
bye.